Hello, my name is Chantel, and I'm an addict. This is where you're all supposed to lean in and go, "Hi, Chantel." But before you get your knickers in a twist, no, I'm not that kind of addict. Although that was also a path that I've walked, but I'm very grateful that that chapter is firmly closed. I am an addict of connection. I'm also an addict of pleasure and adrenaline and all the fun stuff, but those are stories for another day. Let me tell you about my addiction to connection. As an ex-addict, relationships have been at the heart of my journey. And the more I've built myself up, the more I've rebuilt the relationships that I've lost. But what I've noticed lately is I've noticed that in society, my clicker, in society, we've got an increased disconnect between the public face that we show to the world and the private face that happens behind closed doors. Now, because I'm a connector, what I did is I connected two women recently and I said, have at it, you're going to do some great work together. And of course, they went their merry way. But I heard back that it didn't go too well. And what really saddens me is one of the women speaks a message about empathy in tough times and kindness. And that wasn't what the other woman experienced. Now, when I am facilitating values with my clients, I very often ask the question, what is the definition of integrity? Because there's so much nuance there. And the answer I always get is doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. We kind of all know that one. But integrity runs so much deeper than that. Integrity is wholeness. It's being the same person in the bedroom, in the boardroom, and beyond. Jung famously said that until we make the unconscious conscious, it will forever rule your life and you will call it fate. You see, wholeness is about integrating the unconscious and the conscious identities. And this is why I call myself an identity architect, and I've created an identity map. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. There's 7 layers. It's quite complex. But the top layer refers to our conscious identity. This is the face that we show to the world. This is also the values that we like to stick up on our walls and profess to live by. The bottom half, however, is our unconscious identity. This is where our beliefs sit. And this is the thing that is ruling your life. You see, shame also sits in the shadow self, in the unconscious identity. And Brené Brown describes shame quite simply as that painful feeling of believing that you are flawed. You see, the stories that we tell ourselves create shame. We tell ourselves stories about our upbringing, our culture, our experiences, about sex, about belonging. But now how we integrate the two, the conscious and the unconscious identity, is through emotions. And it's through expressing those emotions and not repressing the emotions. Now, I'm reading a fantastic book at the moment by Gabor Mate. Do yourself a favor and go and pick up a copy. He has got case study after case study in here where he links dread disease with repressed emotions. You see, integrity is about wholeness. But this is all sounding rather academic. Shall I share a story about how this plays out in real life with a chap that I'm going to call Andy? Now, Andy was a bright rising star. He became a CEO for the first time only 2 years ago. Since then, he has doubled the company's annual recurring revenue. There is no doubt that his beyond, his vision was well set, well charted. He knew where he was going, right? Andy's vision came to life in the boardroom. And the boardroom represents our public persona. This is the face we show to the world. But it also represents the intricate workings of our mind. Now, I don't know Andy personally, so I have no idea what was going on in his mind. But I do know, and I can tell you, that he is no longer the respected CEO that he once was. You see, Andy had a secret. What happens in the bedroom comes out in the boardroom and derails the beyond. You might remember the story that broke of Andy on the Kiss Cam at the Coldplay concert not too long ago. His confidence was destroyed overnight. Our confidence in him was destroyed, all because his unconscious desires created a disconnect between his bedroom persona and his boardroom persona. So if we want wholeness, we build wholeness through integrity. And this is where I work off my Phoenix blueprint. Wholeness is the key. It is a revenue driver for businesses because it comes from the inside. And we create wholeness through three keys: curiosity, to explore those unconscious limitations; courage, to express those emotions as opposed to repress them; and confidence, to walk in wholeness, to walk in integrity from the bedroom to the boardroom and beyond.